NMB48 and Yuihan. When I could be NMB48 when she was in when Yuihan was in it.
Yeah, display everything. Alright, so what's up? We're newschoolkaidan.com. I am David Chang. This is
Serena. Hello.
Zach Hale, and this is a special guest,
Jimmy, aka at Swole Taku.
and we are here to talk about idols.
Hey.
I know I get excited too.
Yes.
So the three of us, plus special guest Jimmy, are part of an organization called New School Kaidan, and what we are a website that wants to basically promote idol fandom, idol culture, and idol community. Activities we do are podcasts where we kind of talk about music videos or just like events about the idol community in general, as well as write post about it. So we do music reviews. Sometimes we interview idols as well, and we post the interviews on our website. In addition, we do miscellaneous activities such as unboxing videos, and we did a fan dance cover video for the AKB Koisuru no Fortune Cookie song, and that got really viral, and it ended up on the news as well as the newspaper in Japan.
That was
so
really
that's
weird,
fun.
by the way.
It was weird. Well, it wasn't weird for me because I wasn't there. I was there in spirit,
It's funny.
Yeah.
but I wasn't actually in the video.
I didn't know them yet when I first saw that video. I was like, half bunch of nerds. And now we're friends.
And
And
you're
then
still
to-
like, bunch of nerds.
And nothing has changed about my opinion on them.
But Jimmy has totally been like, oh, I want to be in that video now.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of do. Especially, it got featured on AKB's website, didn't it?
Yeah, so what was really cool is we were like, hey, we want to get like video clips from all over the world, you know, and have everyone dance cover to this. And so we put a huge video together, and then we uploaded it to YouTube, but obviously they're gonna like block it because we're using
YouTube
their music.
Red.
Yeah. No, this is
Yeah,
very
it's
important.
too great.
Oh,
Yeah, so the music itself was blocked, but we put it on like Vimeo, and then we kind of like, so I'm not sure if like AKB48's parent company was like looking for it, or like I did send them an email and say, hey, look at this cool video, and then they like contacted us and we're like, hey, that's really cool, can we put it on our YouTube channel? And we're like, yeah, sure. And now it has like almost 2 million views. I was like, wow, that's really cool. So
that was cool.
I turned in my video late. That's why I didn't make it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't make it.
No, but be on the lookout for another one coming out probably in the next week, I would say. At the latest month.
Funsies.
It's done, David.
I know it's done. Actually, our friend over here, Boy, did help us. Actually, he edited the whole thing, so. We also did AKB48's Halloween night, so that'll be coming out soon. But yeah, we like to do a lot of like community-related events, get-togethers and stuff like that. We do have a lot of friends here in SoCal that we like to just hang out with, and we'll sit around and like watch idol concerts and do karaoke and stuff like that. So that's kind of the culture we promote, and the culture that we want to. Someone's excited. The culture we want to like, educate people about. So
Yeah,
So here we are.
Yes.
here we are. Let's get the slideshow started.
I already did.
Is it like going by itself?
No,
Okay, then.
I have the mouse that operates when and.
But you can't even
It's
see.
nice, baby.
I know the slides.
All right.
I know the slides. I promise you.
Okay.
So this slide that's currently on display is what is a Wota, and that's pretty
Is that
much.
true?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone, can you confirm?
Trust.
Can confirm?
Okay, so my nickname is Nugget because I really like chicken nuggets,
If you didn't
and
notice
also
earlier.
I'm like a really big dork, like a little kid who eats chicken nuggets. So I'm called a nugget because I'm not like mature, I guess, and I'm still childish. And my dream is to grow into a chicken tender because I want to, like graduate from the chicken nugget stage. But yes, so
It's all pretty real, by the way. Like she always says this stuff.
yes, it's my life.
So, what is a Wota?
Explain to me, Nikki.
Serena?
Okay, I can explain. So Wota is basically a fan of Japanese idols. So the most common term is otaku, which is a term that we use to describe fans of anime and manga. And Wota is basically kind of like a spin-off version of otaku, which is like, oh, ota, otaku, oh my god! Okay, and it's just it's its own little term to describe fans of Japanese idols. And
So basically,
much fun.
like, because otaku is kind of like a catch-all term, right? So you can
Yeah.
have like an otaku of any kind, like, so you might really be into trains, you know, like, so that would be like, oh, that person's a train otaku. And so idol fans kind of wanted a way to distinguish themselves amongst like kind of like, you know, the generic otaku. So they just put a W on there. Well, because the characters you can kind of pronounce the same. So even though when we directly translate the characters, it's spelled Wota, I think it's still generally pronounced just Oda.
Yeah, it's
right?
supposed to be pronounced otaku. Or
It's more of like an
as well.
online thing, so like to distinguish from like just otaku, they just put the wool character instead.
Yeah, so especially in the Western fandom or like the international fandom, you'll see it spelled as WOTA. But in Japanese, they just use a completely different character for the first.
yes.
So.
My mistake, but here is a picture of Wota's at a show.
What a nice picture. Love it.
So well.
Beautiful shot. Captures everything I want.
Describe the picture.
So there's a couple of people with like towels, such as Dave
Oh,
and
yes.
Zach, who have light sticks, which are also called King's Blades, which Dave has like
Just
7 of them over here.
There's other brands.
There's other brands too.
They're pretty cool. Like they have like multiple buttons on the bottom, so you can change the color of the light to like your idol's like designated color, I guess you could say.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah, so if you have like if you support more than one group or something like that, you can, or they're different teams, you can change the team colors. Hey!
There you go. Light stick right over there.
So you're gonna join us when we do some mixes later, right? And some
Yeah.
wotagei. Well, that's why Zach's here to teach. Anyways.
But yes, people like to have T-shirts and towels. Well, I see the towels because you use it to wipe your sweat because it gets hot and sweaty. When you know you're excited.
Yeah,
for
some
the-
people think that's blasphemy.
I don't want
They're
it.
not
Yeah,
supposed to.
it's too, you disgust me.
Too nice.
It's
I think it
good.
depends.
Really?
This is washable, so I think it's.
I have one too, but I don't really like take it out because
Oh, you guys make me sick.
I don't take mine out.
Nah, dude, you frame that, put it up on the wall.
Oh yeah, you don't even.
Use it.
Yeah, it's still in the wrapper.
Yeah, I've never taken it out
Gym
before.
towel.
So most of the time, well, like either of these towels will be like group specific or member specific.
I'll take it out just for you guys. It's the first time I'm taking it out.
Oh wow.
So like my
this is
hands are sweaty
monumental.
too, by the way, because I get sweaty when I talk about idols and chicken. So like talking about both of them in the same hour just makes it more like exciting for me.
Like double sweaty.
Yeah. But this is my towel. Oh my god, it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, live unboxing.
It smells like
See more at newschoolguidance.com.
yeah, it smells like fiber and plastic. But you know, one day it'll smell like my detergent. I use Tide, by the way, because it's good stuff. I
Thank
like
you for that
detergent.
thorough
Okay, yeah.
unboxing. If you like that unboxing, make sure you click like.
Click the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our panel. But yeah, so mine is like my favorite member in AKB48 is Watanabe Mayu. So it's actually her entire name here, and then this denotes that she's in Team B. At the bottom it says AKB48. For
Mine is
Serena's.
my favorite idol is Nishino Nanase from Nogizaka 46. So it says her name in kanji over here, and then her nickname is Nanase Maru. So that's why it's like there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then mine's my favorite AKB48 member, so that's Takashi Minami.
Yeah! Good choice.
Hacker meaners.
Oh, shit, you made it that way.
I left my towel at home, but I
Disgusting.
I have a green one that says Matsui Jirina from when she was in Team K. She's no longer in Team K.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now you have to buy a new
I'm
one.
gonna have to buy a new towel. Cool. And then I can use
Actually-
that towel, and it's okay now.
Yeah,
it's
that's
retired
funny
towel.
because
Or is it like a rookie card? You gotta like save it.
Yeah, that's what I wonder, because I actually bought the Team A towel for Mayu when she was there for like a couple years, and then I was like, wait, this isn't valid anymore. So I had to buy this one.
This is the kind of engaging topics you were
Pretty much.
when hanging out with
how consumeristic can you be?
Can I wipe sweats yet? No.
Yeah, you can wipe sweat on the ones that aren't valid anymore, right?
Yeah, maybe. Because
Yeah, it's actually just boxes them up. So,
Alright, well let's move on. That's enough
yeah, so
towel talk
we're
for now.
crazy fans. That's basically what a Wota is.
I love being crazy.
I know.
Makes things more interesting.
Yeah.
But this one's the activity one, right? Yeah.
We have to, I know what
What?
So,
what you want to do, right?
yeah, what did I do? I don't even know. Tell
Buy
me.
stuff apparently.
Apparently we buy a lot of stuff. So, towels, photos, if any of you have any.
I have a box of CDs.
So you bust up the check.
Oh, yeah,
Checkies.
So checkies are basically Polaroid film pictures. They call them checkies in Japan.
Yeah, they're called checkies. They're like the Instax camera type of.
No, it's Link Star.
This is Link Star. They're actually here in October. They're like a fairly underground idol group. They're super cute. I know Zach really likes them.
I really like them too.
I like all idols.
He likes all idols.
That's
Me
true.
too.
I've never met an idol I didn't like, just because I see the positive light in everybody.
She didn't send me this picture.
I'll send it to you later.
This is a checkie of me and Zach, and I'm giving him the kabedon. Sometimes, you know, your friends can be your idols too. This is Hiragiri-o. She signed it.
So question, do you guys feel that to be an idol fan you have to buy merchandise?
No.
No, but it helps.
Well, it's more for the satisfaction of myself, because I like having. If I see something I like, then I'll buy it. So if, like for instance, if I see a really nice piece of chicken, then I'll buy it. So if I see a really nice like T-shirt, then I'll buy it. But if like I see maybe a towel, I don't really buy towels. But if I see a towel and I don't necessarily want it or need it, then I won't buy it. But I still consider myself a fan, because I still support their music, and I still listen to their music, and I support them in my own way. Maybe I'll tweet at them or show up to their lives, their concerts. But I don't feel like I necessarily have to buy merchandise all the time to show that I'm like a true fan.
Hashtag.
True fan.
I was gonna say I mostly buy towels because they are an easy way for me to. Okay, so how it works is normally you spend money and you'll get like tickets or bonuses or something like that, right? At an idol event, if you spend 2,000 yen, you get like a checkie, or if you spend 3,000 yen, you get a handshake or something. So one of the most convenient ways to do that is to buy their towel, because I'm like, okay, I don't know, like what merchandise do they have? Maybe they have a T-shirt, a towel, CDs, whatever. Like, I don't know what it is, but like I like collecting towels now. It used to be T-shirts, but now I have a drawer full of idol T-shirts, so I'm kind of like over that. So once I have a drawer full of idol towels, I might stop doing that too. But it's an easy way to rep like the group too, without like being too overly disgusting, so to speak, like wearing idol shirts all the time. So
you got a cute girl on your chest.
yeah,
Explain.
those are the weirdest ones, if it has like their face on it or something. But
Or like this guy who collects all his photos and lays them
lays
out.
on them.
And
Yeah.
lays all
That's something you can do too.
I get fished really easily, so every time I buy something, I'm just like, oh.
There's that
Oh,
too.
see, me too.
Yeah, if they like give you like the puppy dog eyes and they're like, oh, like please buy something, then I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, I
I'll
spent
buy
like
everything.
$80 on this group that I just met, and I like didn't really care much for it. But they're like, "Hey, would you buy this?" Sure.
But when we go to like the concerts and stuff, the towels are actually one of the more common pieces of merchandise that people rep. So like that's why I like collecting them now, because I'll go to their lives and I'll wear the towel. And then, you know, if you are like overly sweaty, then it's like, gotta wipe my sweat.
Because concert sweat's different. Concert sweat's different from normal sweat. Is my rule. You know.
What?
What?
Yeah, I said concert sweat is different because
How is
this
it
is
different?
Because it's like from the experience, you get the towel at the concert, and then you sweat at the concert. And
Oh,
you
so
wipe
you're
it at
saying
the
this
concert.
it's acceptable to wipe
Yeah.
your towel?
But if it's like gym sweat,
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna
Unacceptable.
go to the gym with this. Like I wouldn't do that.
there are clearly defined rules about how to wipe with a towel.
I think you just made that up right now too.
Well, for me, I don't put any sweat at all. Well, I mean, just now I did with my hands, but I
You
tend
put
to.
your oils on it.
Wow.
You touched it.
I did, but I'll use my detergent later to wash it off.
Okay.
But
And gentle, right?
But yeah, so there's a like a wide variety. Okay, to like bring it back to the point, you know, you could be the fan that like buys stacks on stacks of photos or merchandise and lays on it, or there's people like Serena Trash who doesn't really like spend that much money on her idols, but supports them in their own ways, and it's just like with any other fandom.
I'm going to rebuttal with Jimmy because
Oh, this is a
the
debate.
biggest idol purchase I've ever bought was 50 CDs that came out to be like $550.
Only 50?
Look at this guy. It's starting already.
Anyways, okay, I was kind of just jabbing, but I didn't really mean
I
it.
still have that box of 50, by the way. I haven't even opened it.
Wait,
This
was
is-
this
But
from-
yeah, so
from
idol
from
fans
Music
exist
Bell?
Yeah.
within a wide variety of a spectrum of ways one can support, whether it is through buying merchandise or through other means.
Yeah, some people do translations of like variety shows and stuff like that, or concerts, because they feel like either they. A lot of idol fans I noticed are at least abroad or like students and stuff. So a lot of them can't afford to like keep buying CDs and stuff like that all the time. So some of them think, hey, let me like tell people about them, or let me help people understand what they're saying. So they'll translate their TV shows and stuff like that. And then people can like grab the subs and then like watch it with however they get the TV show or whatnot. But like I think that also contributes to the fandom. I know some people like elitists will be like, oh, they're not spending any money, like you're not helping them out at all. And technically that's true because with idols especially, it is like, hey, if I spend money or if I buy merchandise, like it really like that.
Reflects
the
well
proceeds,
on them,
yeah, like that directly supports them. But when it comes to stuff like, hey, like I'm gonna tell all my friends about them. If one of them becomes a disgusting Wota, then like
Then
know,
he can spend the money.
yeah, he can spend the
And
money.
He directs.
You've done it. Like good job, guys.
Mission accomplished.
That's me. I came upon idols through like subtitled variety shows. Look at me now, I'm spending all my money on them. So they did something.
Planning Japan trips too.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Japan to like
That's-
see idols like in 2 weeks.
For foreign fans, that's probably like the biggest thing. It's like I'm gonna take a trip to Japan so that I can meet like my favorite idols. And it's like, wow, dude, you seriously did it. Like my Japanese friends are like, you're crazy. Like you flew all the way over here to do this, and like how many CDs did you buy? And I show them my receipt, and it's like over 30. Like okay, like, but it's like because Japanese people get to like go there.
Locally.
Yeah, like the events happen like every weekend, so they'll be like, I'll buy one CD, I'll go and see them. Okay, I'm done. Like I'm gonna go get lunch now. I'm there for like 10 to 12 hours,
Yeah.
shaking hands all day, Mostly waiting in line, but yeah, there's a lot of different things that idol fans do. Some of them just only like the live experience, and I can understand that too. Like their big thing is to just go to different idol lives, and they really like the underground idols too because they have lives that are or concerts because they're more frequent and
Intimate?
yeah, more intimate. Their stages will be small, like we're talking a quarter of this room, like
I'd say about half of
3
this
rows.
room.
Like it depends on where you go though. Like
Oh.
if you've been to like Kami Tower is like less than a quarter of this room, so it's like 3 rows of seats and then a stage, and then the idols are just dancing. And like the funny thing is, my friend was like, I don't want to sit in the front row because it's intimidating. And I was like, what are you gonna be intimidated by? They're like 16-year-old girls, right? I'm
They
sitting in
actually
the
prefer if you sit in the front.
Yeah, I was sitting in the second row and I was like, this is amazing.
Hey.
So, but yeah, like there's a lot of, we're talking about like concert goers, dedicated merchandise buyers, the online idol fan who like
Yeah.
goes on blogs and stuff and goes like, oh, you need to talk about this favorite member because they're the best, stuff like that. Go on
She's
Twitter
the best because I like her the most.
Go on Twitter and retweet all of their photos, and then all of your friends get mad. But there's a lot of different things you can do.
All right, what's the next
So, in addition, another way that fans can show their support is by like chanting during the songs. They'll make customized fan chants, or they'll do like the regular mix, which is something Zach can teach you. Which is also like the wotagei
Do
thing.
we have like a accompaniment or anything?
Do you have a
We don't have the
you have a
Wi-Fi.
video, right?
No, she.
Yes, I do.
Oh, hey.
Which
But
video?
the Fujimoto Miki one.
Let's show this one first. Or like
Let's
show
show that one
one
first, because I don't know that one.
Can I show
Yeah.
something like that's the most extreme thing you can show?
I think the most. Oh yeah, go
You have
ahead.
internet, right?
I
There's a
have
video I
hot
really
spots.
wanna
I have hot spots.
So while she's setting that up, Zach, would you like to explain mixing and wotagei for us?
So mixes are essentially just chants that fans do at concerts during the songs. For each group has their own unique chants. Well, depends. A lot of it is similar, but there are sections that are different.
What is
Yeah.
it? What's an example of like a kind of like a general mix?
Like a common
Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger.
No, it's not just tiger. Yeah, the common mix with a lot of groups starts with Yoshikazo, Tiger, Fire, Saiba, Fiva, Daiva, Viva, Ja Ja, which is a common mix with a lot of groups. But then you'll see variations of that with groups. Like with Chiki Parade, I know it's Lion, Gorilla, Zo, and so they follow a similar pattern, but the wording's different.
Cheeky Praise is really odd, actually.
Yeah, I tried following it. I didn't understand.
I still don't know the actual order for Tiger Fire.
Dude, it's just tiger, 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 tiger.
Because I know I always like mix two of
It's
them.
like three verses of it.
Tiger
too.
mean.
Yeah, but like there's not a lot of like say meaning to the actual words used.
They're just random.
Yeah, they're kind of random. They came from like a poem or something, but it doesn't actually like.
But they rhyme.
Yes.
Yeah, they sound nice.
And it sounds amazing when like hundreds of thousands of people scream it at the same time.
It's oh yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
just doing it by yourself, it's just weird.
It's not yeah, which is what we wanted them to do.
Yeah, I know, which is why I'm not doing it.
Oh, do we have the video ready?
No.
No.
You have
That
a
spot's not working.
oh, that's not working. Should I hotspot mine?
There's a wotagei video on YouTube. With
Oh my
like,
god.
Oh my god, no. The plugs.
Will this one work?
The
Or?
plugs are real.
it has like 46 people doing the wotagei, basically.
Show the Momo plugs.
Yeah, so W0
Speaking
WOTAGE.
that leet speak.
But like, okay, a lot of people are really
gay
into
just
wotagei.
means like something performance,
Yeah,
right?
gay,
So
gay
that's
stands for performance.
that's
So
that suffix. So, hey, did we get it?
You'll see like a lot of dudes like swinging like King's Blades. It's like a choreo. Personally, I
It's
don't
just
know
King's Blade,
it,
by the
but
way.
I like looking at it because it's just like, oh,
The only
That's
one I
another
know
chord there.
is this one.
you only know the reverse ketchup?
Not even normal ketchup, just reverse.
No ketchup.
I know the ketchup.
Yeah, but there's like, you know, a lot of people even like get together and like rehearse and like go through like a choreograph like okay. There's like there's like usually a leader, right, that like tells kind of like what's going to happen or like what move to do. What are some of the moves?
There's a bunch of
Bring
moves.
down the thunder, bro.
Zach, show us some of the moves. Show us the romansu. Because I only know.
Okay, which ones do you know?
We're actually going
Like the most common one, right, is the one where you do this. So you're like doing this.
That's the only thing I know.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I know.
Oh, so you know romance, so that's like a very basic form of it.
Yeah.
Because normally you go like completely into it.
Yeah,
and
you're
pull
like-
back.
You gotta
90-degree angles.
It's like an exercise routine.
And then yeah.
Oh yeah, they do this running thing that I always like giggle at.
Yes, that is part of it though. That is part of it.
Yeah. You know,
But
well,
the moves get pretty complicated.
Bring down the thunder, bro.
Like basic moves are one of the most common moves is called OAD or overaction dolphin. It's literally just it's just side to side like this. I'm not gonna go fast because I'm too lazy to.
He hasn't limbered up yet. It would be dangerous. You know.
yeah, that's true. You
Start
gotta
with
look
stretch.
right.
Stretch your
So it's just side to side, just back and forth, over and over again.
So
Could be.
instead of Zumba, try wotagei.
It is a good workout, honestly.
It is, yeah.
But then it can go more complicated, like a thunder snake, which is
Yeah, you know, I really like it. It's not so intense.
yeah, it's just roll
Well, that's a
2,
thunder
3,
Oh, yeah.
4, down, up, 1, 2.
Yeah, then he brings down the thunder. Yeah,
It's
so-
easier with music.
It's usually music. It's kind of weird without some music because I don't know what my timing's on.
Yeah, that's true. It's best with a live performance, obviously, because then there's like all the energy in the room.
I feel like it hype just like this.
Like wotagei and the chanting is something that I find like very unique to like Asian idols and stuff like that that you don't really find in a Western audience, like Western concerts and stuff like that. I just think it's really cool. I mean, I love like the disorganized chaos of a concert, and everyone just randomly screaming and yelling. But there's also something really like interesting about like this like unified like chant like Yuko.
Yeah, like everyone in the room is
Yeah,
shouting
like-
the same thing.
It's just like you can just like there's some songs that I can't even listen to without like the fan chants anymore.
Yeah.
Like I just need to hear it there because it makes for like the overall complete package. You know?
Or I'll be like in my car and I'll be like, this something doesn't sound right, and I'll just start doing the chant.
Yeah, I'll start to do
There's a single tear down Dave's face.
Yeah.
Where's the chance?
Oh man. Okay.
Okay, so like another thing that's really interesting about idol fans is that they get as passionate as sports fans are to their teams and players.
This is serious business.
Oh, okay. So pretty much like, so the most popular group in Japan is AKB48. They have this general election every year called the Sosenkyo. It's pretty much when fans get to vote for their favorite member to get ranked, pretty much in a popularity contest. And the top 16 voted people get to participate in the next single, like the next song.
Music video and everything like that.
And so this is the SoCal AKB fan club watching it from 2 years ago, and it's boy edited too. And pretty much like they get super hyped up whenever it's like, oh, like number 3, this person is like, no. But
What
yeah.
you dropped tonight? Oh.
Or in Juice Casey.
But
Oh, yeah,
you can watch it on YouTube. It's like a good like 12-minute of just like guys going, no.
It's funny because I remember like this year's like someone in the YouTube video commented like, "What did you guys like rehearse this? Because I just can't believe you would all cheer when a girl gets called."
It's
I'm
real.
like, "No, we're nerds. It happens."
It's real. I
At
straight up.
number 18, so and so.
I almost got punched 2 years ago, I think.
By Wilson?
By my friend named Wilson. He,
God bless.
basically, he likes this idol called Mayu, and she got ranked like number 1 or number 2?
That was number one.
It was number 1, and then like I almost punched him because he was so loud that I thought like the cops were gonna roll us out or something for like, you know, cheering on some
He was
girls.
screaming like crazy.
Yeah, so just
It was
like,
pretty crazy.
it's relevant because Super Bowl's next week. That's like Idol fan Super Bowl.
Basically.
We get together, we eat like, well, we're a bunch of nerds. We eat like curry and stuff like that. But, like, and then we drink.
And we
beer.
also have chicken nuggets.
We have chicken. We had like
chicken nuggets.
yeah, we had chicken nuggets for Serena.
I never made those because you want to when I'm working.
Dude, it's at like 2 in the morning. Like that's another thing that like as international fans people have to deal with is like scheduling is kind of awkward to watch these events if you want to watch it live. Because
Yeah.
it's usually like
12
in the
a.m.,
morning.
like midnight to like 6, and
like we left when it was daytime. Like it was like morning again. I was like, okay, well I'm
It was
going
like
to
a
sleep
good
now.
7 a.m. when I got back home.
Yeah.
But yes, other than that, we also sometimes like get to talk and like hang out with idols. It's another vlog that Boyd made because he hangs out with idols like the most.
He's the
out of
only
all
one
of us.
that makes videos apparently.
But a lot of times when idols come to the U.S. for like an event, and it's not like a solo concert, it's like for such as like a big convention or a big festival. This was J-Pop Summit in San Francisco this past summer, and a lot of idol groups called like Festive and Musubism. And
Those are the two main like
Those-
groups that came.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then in October we had Cheeky Parade and like Soli Demo and
Blue
other
Stars,
events.
Rolly, like
Rolling
Rolly.
Angels.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll just be walking around the convention floor, and if you bump into them, they'll just talk to you, they'll take pictures with you, they'll like sign if like they're allowed to by their managers. But pretty much you get to talk to them, and they try to talk to you too, despite the language barrier. So if honestly, like if you say like chicken to them, they're like, oh my god,
Yeah, I know
chicken! I love chicken!
Yeah.
And then
That's how Serena got into Idols.
yes.
Pretty much.
And then, and then if like they say like, or if you say honestly like oh kawaii, they're like, oh my god,
Your Japanese is so good.
so
I just said
good,
one word.
You liar.
liar. But they say it to make you feel good because
But
they're nice.
I will say that this is not a common occurrence. This is clearly something that's like more for international appearances because in Japan, there's like very strict like no photo, no touching rules and stuff like that, no approaching. I don't know, but like they don't have, like it's not as common anymore to have events like this where they're just mingling amongst the fans. But that's why I know a lot of people who are like, that's why I like underground idols because there's just that level of intimacy where they can like chill with you for a while. Whereas I've gone to like an AKB48 handshake event and they'll rent out an entire venue and like line everyone up and it's just like 10 seconds, here you go, 10 seconds, here you go, you know? And I'm like, oh, there's a very different experience when it comes to the two, like make a group and like small group that no one knows of. So it's a really cool range.
Oh, here's a screenshot of the AKB fan version video that Dave and NSK made a couple years ago. Yes, check it out if it's still online.
If it's so.
So
Unfortunately, because
proxy
of
to
YouTube
get
Red,
onto the AKB YouTube channel now.
Yeah, AKB48's
Yeah.
YouTube channel can't be watched by Americans.
Yeah.
YouTube Red.
So just
Yeah.
well, just YouTube like a free like proxy service or something, and then, or so I've heard, and then yeah, you can watch Japanese videos on YouTube again.
Yeah. The good thing is most of them signed on to YouTube Red.
Just Akubi.
What is it? No.
But I feel like that's one of the things that, like, as an international fan, you should really take advantage of if you want to get into idols and stuff like that. When they do have events where they come over to the West, just because it's so different from how it would be when they're in Japan. And just to be honest, I feel international fans usually kind of get the short end of the stick. We're not really a part of their major demographic, so not very many events are catered for us. Or like, you know, like I said, like when you want to watch an event, have fun watching it at 3 in the morning, you know, or you know, a lot of times things won't be subtitled or things like that, or it's hard to get access to. So when they do come over here, it's kind of like a nice like change of pace where we get something nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about
Stereotypes
of,
and assumptions of wotas. So one assumption is like how wotas are pretty much just creepy people that are just like, I love cute girls.
I think the biggest one is normally like creepy old dudes. So like I think none of us are creepy old dudes, but I don't know.
I'm a girl, so if anything, I would be a creepy
Jessica
girl.
just starts sweating profusely.
Trust though, like if you saw the flyer, I said that we aren't creepy people.
Oh my
We're
God.
rad, just like you.
But the truth of the matter is, like, with most of the Idol fans I've met, they're some of like the kindest and like warmest people I've ever met. A common misconception is like you only follow idols because they're young girls and like you're into that, like sexualizing them. But what I noticed with a lot of, especially Japanese fans, and especially the older demographic, is that they see them more as like surrogate family members that they want to support. So it's kind of like having like a younger sister, or a younger cousin, who you're like, oh yeah, like I'll go see your school play or whatever. So it's kind of like you're doing it all the time, and yes, you're spending money to like buy all this like merchandise on them, but there is a very real feeling of like supporting them and watching them grow as people and as professionals, because that's what I've noticed with say like following Wotagei Mayu, because like I've seen her change like throughout the last 5 years, and it's really interesting to see her go from like this hyper kind of ditzy like weirdo high school girl into like, you know, the pretty lady she is now, and then she's probably gonna move on to doing something else later in the future. And like that gives me satisfaction, because it's like, hey, like I was like there for part of your journey. So
That was beautiful, man.
thank you.
No,
Yeah, it's not just creepy people are fans.
Well-
Even idols are fans of idols.
That's very true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like this girl who she's HKT48's Tashima Meru, and she's like a really huge fan of idols. And the other girls that she's pictured with are members of Nogizaka 46. And she's like, oh my god, they're so cute. Like I got to take pictures of them, and like she posted them and wrote about her experience on her blog. I know a lot of idols are idols fans of other idols, and they'll freak out and you know like get as excited as I am with Chicken, like with them, and they freak out and they kind of like they're too nervous to speak to them just because they see them as idols and they don't see them like themselves as idols meeting idols. They see them as themselves as fans meeting
Meeting
fans.
idols, yeah.
Idols.
It's fitting that we're like doing this at like an anime convention, you know, because I remember when I was in like middle school, way back in like the early 1800s, you know, like when if you're like people knew you were an anime fan, it wasn't like today where it's like, oh cool, okay, like it's kind of like, so are you trying to be Japanese, or oh you don't like that weird Japanese cartoon porn stuff, right? Well, like, you know, now it's like a general understanding, like, yeah, those dudes are around, but like, majority of people are, like, it's a wide variety of people, right, that like anime for all sorts of reasons. And so I feel like idols are kind of the same way. I mean, if you go on forums, you'll find like, you know, like, you will find the stereotypical fan, right, like the creepy, like, this girl's so fine, you know, but like,
She's got good
you know,
knees.
but then you find, yeah, you'll find that like,
That's what she'll say.
yeah,
You need strong knees to dance well.
yeah,
That's what I
but
say.
then you find like there's a wide gamut of fans who support for all kinds of reasons. Like, you know, Serena mentioned earlier that she got into it for she liked watching variety shows. So some people were like, oh, this idol's super funny, you know, like I really like watching her on talk shows and things like that. Or, hey, this idol's a really good dancer, if that's her thing. Or this idol's a really good singer or actress, whatever. And so like the possibilities of like ways you can follow idols and become a fan are like so wide, I think.
I also see children at handshake events too.
Oh,
Like
cute little babies.
I see parents, they'll bring their little 1-year-olds to come meet their like the idols they like, and they're like, "Look, son, I like Watanabe Mayu." And then like that's
The girls
usually what
love that
happens.
stuff, too.
Yeah, they like them too. Also, I see a lot of disabled people too, so it's really not restricted. Even if like you know something happens for any reason, you can still meet them, you can still support them, enjoy the fandom itself. It's really broad and open, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
And they talked about the next stereotype, but like, oh, like, do people see idols as like a you know, like a imaginary girlfriend or something? But
Yeah,
no,
some people do, but
Yeah.
I think the majority of
I
fans
kind of see
don't.
them as idols, like
Oh,
as
really?
idols.
As actual
But
idols.
I think
I
sometimes
generally like to look at idols as idols. You know.
I also see them as friends because a
I
lot of
don't see
times they're like
them.
my age already, so I see them as girls my age, and a lot of times like I just
That's
talk to
good.
them as normal girls and like, oh my god, I like your shirt, where'd you get it? And they're like, Forever 21. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't shop there. And they're like, oh, too bad, and like that kind of stuff. But it's very casual for me. I see them as like just performers and entertainers as well as people I can talk to.
Yeah.
So the next stereotype is
What is it?
oh, yeah, so this guy, he's a Belgian dude. He's a politician from
Oh, is he
Belgium.
gonna-
And
He's like, I love me that Applebee 48.
so I included this photo because I wanted to show that it's really like even like politicians from Belgium are fans of idols, you know, people you wouldn't expect. So it's really broad and
Little
open.
baseball players.
There's a lot of variety of people. And these are
Justin Bieber
cartoon
now.
Indonesian fans. So the next
Oh, sorry.
stereotype is like, oh, do fans tend to like sexualize idols?
Justin Bieber does.
Justin Bieber does. He posted a picture of himself like kissing two of them on the cheek.
Yeah, he was on like a music show in Japan. He met like AKB, and then I guess he just discovered the inner disgusting nerd that he was, and was just like, yeah, I'm about this now. I still love it. And then
Takamita though.
it's,
Yeah.
she wasn't receptive. It's okay.
I know my
He's just
so
a very
the-
handsome young man with lots of money.
So another stereotype is like, oh, that like wotas don't really have, or they're not very social, and they just kind of like shut themselves in, like indoors on their computer, kind of like just watching idols all day, every day. But
No, that one's true.
it's likely true. I do like to spend my time indoors watching anime or idols. But that's not true. I also go outside because I have to go outside.
And we saw that it's also a very social kind of fandom too, right? Like a lot of the fun is getting together with other fans and freaking out over like mundane things that like other normies won't understand, you know? Like
Also, you can participate in fan projects, which is really cool because you're participating in the community as well as the fandom. So one common way to produce or organize a fan project is to make like a really big present for like your idol for their birthday or their birthday celebration. So this is my favorite idol. Her name's Nishino Nadase, and for her birthday, all the fans basically like made this cool like gate for her handshake lane, and they also got like T-shirts and they got like flowers, a lot of presents and letters. Compiled them all together and gave it to her at the handshake event, and they took like a commemorative photo. It's really fun because you get to meet other people who like the same idols as you do, who have similar tastes. You also get to participate as well as meet other people, and you get to see your idol's face when like she sees like the entire project itself. And it's actually very touching. You know, like it's like someone throwing a surprise party for you. If you know Dave and like Jimmy organized a party for me, and there was just tables and tables of chicken nuggets, and like everything was chicken nugget themed, like the birthday cards and the balloons, everything. I would feel really, really touched because you know they know I love chicken, and they put an effort to make a chicken nugget themed birthday party. So that's something that.
This is like a birthday committee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the girls actually
They have birthday committees.
unofficial birthday committees. Like the fans will just get together and like form these groups, like clubs, committees, and they'll be like, get on the mailing list. So the budget's gonna be this much.
we're starting fundraising next week.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but either way, you'll still like, I guess, break the bank.
Yeah.
But that's okay because it's for the idol. So another thing that's really fun is that you get to meet other fans from other countries as well as Japan themselves. I've met people through concerts. I've met people through Twitter, and you know, when we can finally actually meet up in person, it's like, oh my God, I see you in the flesh. You're real. Like we get to like talk about idols in reality rather than through like I guess tweets or Skype.
Yeah. Okay.
Or forums.
Or forums, yeah.
Because, well, for me, I knew Dave through YouTube. So when I bumped into him at a concert, I was like, oh my God, I watch your videos. He's like, who is this girl? And I was like, I love you. And then now we're friends and we're working together. So your dreams can come true.
What? Meet Dave, dream came true.
Your dreams can come true. You can meet people that like, you can meet idols, you can also get to know them, you can meet other fans, and you can get to know them, and like we have bonds. So yes.
Yeah, so I remember recently during the, was it summer OC Japan Fair, went to go see this group Musubiism, right? Pretty small group. And then this dude from Japan who was like, I guess one of their like OG kind of fans or whatever, flew all the way out. And I had never met the dude before, but then like, we got to take his special picture with them at the end because they like recognized him and they like noticed that he flew all the way out from Japan just for like this really small show. I was like, you do it, man. Get it. But it's like, you know, it's kind of interesting because it's like, I just met you today, but like this, you know, it's just kind of like seeing this thing, like you think to yourself, man, if I got to meet my idols like that, it'd be such a great experience. So seeing someone else get to experience it just kind of brings up such a warmth and like a joy, you know. And it's like, that's kind of cool because it's like, you know, whereas you previously don't know much about this person, just as an Idol fan, you can understand that much about them, right?
Yeah.
My closest friends are Idol fans, pretty much.
Thanks.
Okay.
No nuggets for you.
But yes, that's how me and Dave met, that's how Jimmy met Chimothy, and like other stuff. So yeah, Q&A session. Do you have any questions? I'll answer anything, even if it's about chicken.
What is your take on salmonella?
I've never had it. I also eat my eggs raw, by the way, and my housemates always fear for my life because of that. But I like them.
Wow.
I like raw eggs, and I also like cooked. I like cooked chicken, by the way, not raw chicken. But I like raw eggs, which is pretty much chicken.
Okay.
But yes, any questions?
How about 2D otaku like me?
Mhm.
Are there Wota fans as well?
I feel like a good majority of
I've
them.
seen quite a few Love Live like Wota fans when I've been in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think even within the anime fandom, like like seiyus and things like that, that's very analogous to like Idol Fandom, right? Like how you like people start following the voice actresses themselves or voice actors even, and just like really follow their careers, and like you want them to do well. It's like it's almost like a really like what's the word I'm looking for? It's the same thing basically. I was trying to think of a much more like eloquent way of putting it, but whatever.
Yeah, that's a really good point because before I got deep into idols, I was really into anime, and so I had like favorite seiyuu and stuff like that, voice actresses, and I would follow them basically like idols. So it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, in that sense, it's like a 2.5D type of a relationship because they're the women that lend the voices to these like 2D girls. In our case, it's like it's just straight up a real life person, but we idolize them. But yeah, for anime especially, it's kind of it's the same thing, and I guess it can be the same thing because there are like actual seiyuu behind them, or you could just be like, I only like the 2D version of her, and like I don't want to
I
hear her
love them
voice.
all.
Yeah, like Love Live is really easy to make that kind of comparison, right? With how popular it's gotten. There are people that watch like follow the voice actresses themselves and get their like solo singles and things like that, and watch their concerts. And then there's people that like, no, to me she's always Rin, and like that's the character that you follow and that's the one that you love or whatever. And so it's like it's kind of the same thing. It's like a really wide variety, but I think. A lot of like anime fans, it's really easy to kind of like make that transition because you kind of understand the culture a little bit already through anime, and a lot of the ideas and concepts are already there.
You have a question?
I don't know if this is real or not, and I keep finding like false info. Is Love Live breakup real or not?
I heard it's real too.
It's
From what I've heard is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't fake.
I actually have a friend who's like a really big Love Live guy, so I would actually have to ask him.
You should text them right now.
Yeah, my friends
Okay,
are.
someone else ask a question, and I'm gonna
like
message
Persian.
him.
I mean, the country says Bible, so I'm assuming it's
yeah,
Bible.
so
But you know what's
oh,
good
dude,
about?
man, I cry. Anyways,
For me, I would assume they did break up because when I find out that it's not true, I'm just like, yes. But then, like, obviously, if I'm just thinking like, no, it's not true, I'll just get heartbroken
It's
in
like
the end.
when everyone thought Snap broke up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then like, oh, they didn't break up. Yay, the nation's saved.
Yes.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's like an actual breakup or if it's more like an indefinite hiatus kind of
But
thing.
it's okay.
Because I know for sure that they're like moving on to do different projects, but I'm not sure if it's like an official like we're breaking up, we're disbanding, But I asked my friend. He reads everything, all the moon runes to find out about things with the source.
About these scandals that I see it's only the idol side, like what happens to them, but what happens to the fan? Do they like go get drunk?
Oh, like the fan that ends up in the scandal
Yeah,
with
you
the
really
idol?
did
No, I mean
No, when there's a scandal.
If the person that you have the towel for goes out on a date, do you guys get drunk and?
So yeah, I have personal experience with this because so before I'll tell you actually. my Kami Oshi, or my absolute favorite idol, is Maeda Atsuko, the former ace of AKB48. And the thing is, during her career, she was scandal free. But right after she graduated and kind of put the mic down and semi-retired from the idol life, a tabloid caught her out drinking and then being carried home by this guy that she liked, supposedly. And it was a really unflattering photo because he couldn't even carry her in a very nice way. And so everyone's like, "Oh man, is Dave on suicide watch right now?" I mean, what I like, so you know, I was saying like I see idols as like people that I want to support, kind of like a younger sister, younger cousin type of figure. When I saw that, I was just mostly disappointed. I don't drink very much, so I didn't go out drinking or anything like that. But I did feel like, oh man, like that's a bummer, you know. This is a bad joke, but like when she announced her graduation, or like when she had her graduation concert, I was there in Japan, and every now and then the trains would be stopped, and they would say it's because of a passenger injury, aka someone jumps into a train. I don't know if that actually happened, but you know that's a possibility, I would say.
I know some fans, they burn their CDs and
Some
their
of those are-
towels.
Yeah, my
and
friend
stuff.
burned all that stuff.
Some of those are
Yeah,
real.
once again,
Some of them are real.
it's a very like wide variety. Like there's definitely the fans that like
They,
I
like,
can't
rage
believe
quit.
her, light the torch,
Yeah.
you know. And there's others that like, hey yo, get it, girl, you know, like. And so well, I think that's more like within the Western fandom for sure. But like as far as how fans react, it's like super, like there's a really big wide variety depending on the person, and then also depending on how they view their idols too, right? So.
I know a big one that happened recently was Minagishi Minami from AKB48. Now she took it upon herself to shave her head because she felt so ashamed by what happened. But a lot of her fans were really supportive of her, and her fellow idols were as well, because they were just straight up like, hey, you don't need to feel this way, you know. So it really depends though. Like it depends on what kind of fan you are and like what kind of idol they are too, because there are some girls whose character is to be flirtatious. So some of their fans are just like, oh yeah, you know, this is what she's supposed to do. Whereas other girls are like supposed to be really prim and proper, and so people would be like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with my life? So
Yeah. Oh, yes.
How do you guys personally feel about the no date rule? Support it, not like it.
Well, for me, if it's in the contract, then it's a rule. But in terms of like, do I morally like believe in it? Not really, just because like, I think I personally wouldn't mind if they were dating, but I think they should keep it like on a low profile and not publicize it or like, you know, like show it off, because it does hurt. Like
Kpop does that, right?
Yeah, like it does like interfere with your career as well as the fans' interaction with you. So if you're in a relationship or you happen to like someone, then I would keep it low profile. But if it's in the contract, then I think you should follow it.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation because, like, as a public figure, you're supposed to have a certain image. So I also morally don't like agree with it because it doesn't matter. But in terms of like maintaining like the idol image, I can understand why it's in place. And it's actually not not necessarily a standard across the entire industry, but it's common in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Any other questions? They agree with us. I know Jimmy does.
I understand it, but like I don't agree with that.
Yeah, like from a
Jimmy
business,
just wants to date Mansui Drina.
Yeah. No, from like a business standpoint, I can understand. You don't really stand to lose money by having it, but if you don't have it, then you will certainly lose the fans that are into the idol that way. Because, you know, I mean, I don't really care about it, but because it's there, I'm not going to like not support the idol anymore. But, you know, as far as like how just myself personally, I'm like, I don't really like want to like see my idols that way anyways. They're in Japan, you know, like, it's not like, oh man, she's dating some guy, there goes my chance, you know.
Like, let's be real here.
Yeah.
Let's move. Or does anyone else have any other
She's not
questions?
dating this broke student. Any
Let's
other-
move on to the finale of our panel, which is a CD giveaway. We're giving out CDs, yay! I love free stuff, so I'm giving you free stuff. Also, I mean, if you guys want to like experience what a handshake event would feel like, we can kind of stimulate it. Simulate it?
Stimulate it?
I think I wrote stimulation. I wrote stimulation, I'm sorry. But
Oh, Jikandas.
But yeah, if you would like, we have CDs to give away, and if you like want to get to know us and like talk to us, that's pretty much A-okay. And if you want to like get to know us like on a personal level, I guess, like we do have Twitters. So if you like have a picture of chicken and you want to send it to me, you can send it to me on my Twitter as well.
DM me that chicken.
I have this
Slide me that
CD.
I pretty much have CDs for everyone.
Yeah.
You want one?
I have the same CD, by the way, because I bought like 10 of those.
Are those ones that you vote or you buy to get a voting ticket?
That's every summer.
Like spring.
That's the summer
you buy it-
season.
You buy it in the spring and it comes out, it's
The actual elections are in like June,
Yeah.
July.
These
You have
are,
like 10 CDs of the same album for 10 tickets.
Yes.
And then what do you do with the other?
I keep them or give them away.
Okay.
I tried to sell them afterwards, but
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I
get
try to,
much.
like-
You buy it in the market, right?
yeah, I try to give them to friends.
But you guys
and
like
stuff.
the CD? I'll pass them out.
Yeah, these I bought specifically for,
Yeah, there's a lot that kind of happens within like
Or,
event too. It's like a lot of times people be planning on going to an event or something like that, like when you
Yeah.
tickets and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, well when I get my CD, I'll just slide you that tick. You know?
You guys like one?
Yeah, these are for an event in Tokyo for 2 shots, which is like you take a photo with them. So
Is this the Akihabara venue? Have you
yeah, that's the theater. That's a picture of the theater itself. It's if you ever go to the Don Quixote in Akihabara, they're on the 8th floor.
How hard is it to get a ticket to that?
It's super
Impossible.
hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah,
Impossible.
Did you want one too?
I was gonna say I've been trying for like 4 years. I still haven't won a show yet.
Really?
Naturally, like obviously, it's a little bit easier if you're like a Japanese fan once again because you can
If you
apply
live
for
there,
everything. You know, and
yeah.
you live there and you're like, oh cool, I got this one. I'll just go this weekend.
Yeah, I'm only there like for a week or 2 when I visit. So
If I go for like a week or 2 weeks and I don't like lines, what's a good way to experience idol culture?
underground idols for sure.
Yeah, go
Like-
around like Akiba and there'll probably be like some
On the street or
random.
whatever.
Sometimes they do advertise on the street. Like there's a group called, or there's a whole like company called Alice Project, and sometimes they walk around handing out flyers and stuff. They have their own venue in Akihabara. In where is it?
It's a hotel.
It's called Palms. It's part of Pastella Resorts.
Yeah, and it's on the 7th floor. But pretty much it's like I want to say 30-minute concert, and then afterwards they
They're
have
free
either
ones, right?
no,
'Cause
no, no. Sometimes
change
they
the format.
they have most of them are paid, but on your days they're free to basically promote the company.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much like a good 30-minute concert, and then afterwards they'll either have a handshake session when like you buy a CD and then you get to handshake and talk to all of them, or you pay like 1,000 yen or 2,000 yen to take a check-in with them, and then you get to talk to them as they like the film develops and they sign it if you feel like.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your support.
Yes, thank you for attending.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
If you guys want to like talk to
I think we'll be outside because
Yes.
we have to clear out.
So to answer that Love Live question from earlier, my friend said officially it is ambiguous. He said like, cause one of the girls said that.
Wota said that it wasn't happening.
Yeah, but then it's officially billed as like their last performance as Muse.
But it's on April 1st.
But there's a new band, right? We're getting together new members.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is from us.
Yeah, this is all from Expo.
Oh yeah, I went to Japan Expo. Okay, yeah, that was really fun.
You might have seen us then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was running around a lot.
I wasn't around.
Yeah, we were getting turned at that Japan.
Yeah, I couldn't believe very few people showed up, and I was like,
I
yeah.
think it was really just a marketing.
Yeah, it's something on marketing.
They did like advertise for
Yeah, and then I showed up, and it was a lot of Anka singers. I'm like, oh, and all these idols showed up.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
So thank you.
You still have a shirt. Did you like it? It's a yes, anything else.
So what you want tonight?
go check out Manny's AKB channel.
I thought that was tomorrow.
Oh, he has another.
I recommend you guys from the videos.
Hey.
Oh, so you're doing the videos?
Yeah, this video is really